Hi, I'm Jeff, and welcome to Slow English Stories. Today's story is about a young woman who almost missed her flight. She woke up late, she ran without breakfast, and every second felt heavy. Listen carefully. Repeat with me when I pause, and practice English step by step. This story will help you practice listening and shadowing in English. Follow me until the end. And don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy learning with stories. Take a deep breath, sit comfortably, and let's begin. It was early morning in Madrid. The sun was still soft. The city was quiet, but not silent. Some cafes were opening their doors. You could almost smell fresh bread. And the street cleaners were finishing their night shift. In a small apartment on the third floor, Anna slept deeply. Her suitcase stood by the door, packed the night before. Her passport lay on the table, next to her boarding pass. Her phone was on the nightstand, face down and silent. Anna had set an alarm, or at least she thought she did. Last night? She checked the time twice. She whispered to herself, 10 a.m. Flight. Leave by 8. No stress. But the alarm was set for weekdays only. And today was Saturday. At 9 o'clock, the light touched her face. She opened one eye, then both eyes. She looked at the clock and felt a shock. 9. Oh! Clock! Her heart jumped. Her mouth opened, but no sound came out. She sat up fast. The blanket fell to the floor. She grabbed her phone, swiped, and swiped again. A small message glowed on the screen. Alarm, Monday to Friday. Not today, she whispered. Then she stood up, almost ran into the chair. She pulled her hair into a quick bun. She put on jeans, a simple shirt, and a light jacket. She looked in the mirror for half a second and decided. Good enough. Her suitcase waited by the door. She checked the front pocket, passport, boarding pass, a pen, a small notebook. She checked again, just to be sure. She put the passport in a safer place, inside the jacket, close to her heart. She moved to the kitchen. The coffee machine looked at her, friendly, inviting. But there was no time, not 1 minute. She grabbed a bottle of water and an apple. She took one bite, then put the apple back on the counter. She would eat it later, she thought. Maybe. She picked up the suitcase and opened the door. The hallway smelled like fresh soap. Someone had cleaned the floor. The elevator was slow, too slow. She took the stairs. 1, 2, 3 floors down. Her suitcase thumped with each step. But she didn't care. Outside, the light was brighter now. The air was cool, with a hint of morning. She raised her hand and called a taxi. The first one passed, the second one too. The third taxi stopped. The driver looked kind and a little sleepy. Airport, please, she said. As fast as you can. The driver nodded. Barajas, Terminal 4. Yes, Terminal 4. He started the meter, and the car moved into traffic. At first, the streets were open. They passed a quiet square, a bakery, a man walking his dog. Anna breathed. Slowly. She looked at the time. 9:15. She did the math in her head. Check-in was done online, a carry-on only. Security, boarding, running. Maybe, just maybe. They reached a larger avenue. More cars, more buses, more people. A cyclist crossed in front of the taxi. The driver slowed down, then accelerated carefully. Anna watched the city move, like a film. Fast, but not fast enough. Her phone buzzed. A message from her friend. "Did you leave already? Want me to water your plants?" Anna typed quickly. "Yes. Leaving now. Thanks. You're a lifesaver." She tried to smile, to relax, but each red light felt like a small enemy. 9:25, 9:30, 9:33. The numbers moved, like a train she could not stop. Her hands were a little cold. She rubbed them together and took a sip of water. The driver glanced in the mirror. "Don't worry. We'll make it. I know a faster route." Anna nodded and whispered, "Thank you." It helped. A little. Not much, but a little. They turned onto a road with fewer cars. A sign appeared. "Aeropuerto." The taxi moved forward. Steady. Determined. Anna watched planes in the distance, rising into the pale blue sky. She imagined herself on one of them, sitting by the window, breathing slowly, sipping tea, reading a small book. But imagination is not reality. Not yet. 9:40. 9:42. Her chest felt tight, her shoulders tense. She closed her eyes for 2 seconds. She told herself, "Focus. Passport. Boarding pass. Security. Gate. At last." The airport. The ET taxi slowed at the curb. People were everywhere. Suitcases rolling. Voices echoing. Doors opening and closing. The driver stopped and looked back. "Good luck," he said, with a warm smile. "Thank you," Anna answered, and handed him the fare. She almost forgot the receipt, then took it, and ran. She entered the terminal, a river of travelers flowing in all directions. Announcements floated in the air, in Spanish, in English, in many languages. "Attention, flight to, boarding at gate." Her heart understood those sounds before her mind did. She looked up at the big departure screens, her flight number. There it was. Boarding, gate K22. She started to move, fast but careful. Her suitcase had small wheels. It rolled and hummed. She passed a family with 2 children, a couple with matching hats, a man in a suit talking to his watch. She smiled politely. Even now, even running. Security lines appeared like a maze. Which one was faster? Which one was shorter? She chose the line on the left, then changed to the right, then back to the left. A guard raised an eyebrow. She froze, then stayed. Her turn arrived. "Boarding pass, please." She held it out with both hands. "Passport." She handed the passport, trying not to shake. Shoes off, laptop out, jacket off, water bottle. Empty at first. She gulped the last sip and placed it in the tray. Her suitcase entered the scanner. Slow. So slow. The belt stopped, then started again. A small red light blinked. The officer looked at the screen, leaned closer, then waved it through. Anna exhaled, a sound she didn't know she was holding. She walked through the metal detector. Beep, beep. She paused. "Please step to the side," the agent said, kindly, not angry, just routine. Anna opened her arms. The agent scanned front, back, sides. A small metal clip in her jacket made the sound. She removed it, smiled, and tried again. No beep this time, only silence. And relief. She grabbed the laptop, the jacket, the suitcase. She put on her shoes, not perfectly, just enough to move. She looked up and saw a small sign. K gates. She followed the arrow and walked faster, then almost ran. Airports are long, and time is short. Travelers moved like schools of fish. Left, right, stop, go. Announcements carried a new message. Final call for passengers on flight to Lisbon. Gate K22. Final call. 2 words. Simple. Heavy. Anna felt her heart jump again. She said to herself, "You can do this. Keep going." She passed a cafe. The smell of coffee returned. Warm. Friendly. She felt hunger, but there was no time. She heard a laugh. She heard a cry. She heard wheels on tile. The world felt big and small at the same time. A woman beside her, in a blue scarf, looked worried too. "Gate K22?" the woman asked, breathing fast. "Yes," Anna said. "I think it's this way." They walked together. Not friends, not strangers. Just 2 people with one goal. "First time in Madrid?" Anna asked softly. "No, but first time running. Through it," the woman joked. They both laughed. A short, bright sound in a crowded corridor. Another sign. Another turn. And then, at last, the gate. K22. Bright letters. And a short line of people entering the tunnel. The gate agent raised her hand. "Last passengers for K22?" she called. "Yes," Anna said. "Yes, that's us." The agent checked the passports quickly. "You made it," she smiled. "We were about to close." "Thank you," Anna said, voice small, but full of relief. The woman in the blue scarf touched Anna's arm. "We did it," she whispered, and then disappeared into the tunnel. Anna walked down the jet bridge. The air was cooler here. The floor shook slightly with the connection to the plane. She reached the door. The flight attendant welcomed her with a calm smile. "Good morning. Seat 14A is on your left." "Thank you," Anna said, and moved down the aisle. She found her seat, a window seat. She placed the suitcase overhead. Carefully, finally, she sat down and closed her eyes. For a moment, the seat felt like a small island, safe, still. She buckled her belt, adjusted the air vent, and breathed out, slowly. Outside. The wing was bright, the runway long. A truck passed under the plane. A worker waved to another. Life continued, quietly, beautifully. A message pinged on her phone. Last signal before airplane mode. Her friend again. "Plants watered." "You got this," Anna smiled and typed. "At the gate." "No. On the plane. We made it." She turned on airplane mode and leaned back. The plane pushed back, turned, and began to move. Engines grew louder, a strong, steady sound. The cabin lights dimmed slightly. The safety video played. The flight attendants checked belts. A child asked a question. The parent answered softly. Anna looked out the window. The airport slid by like a slow movie. She thought of her morning. The alarm that didn't ring. The stairs. The taxi, the lines, the beeps. She felt a small laugh inside, not loud, just a smile. She whispered, "Next time, I will set 3 alarms, not 1. She imagined those alarms, 6:30, 6:35, 6:40. She imagined herself waking up early, making coffee, leaving with time. It felt good. It felt possible. The plane stopped for a moment, then accelerated. Faster, faster, faster. The world outside became a blur. And then, the gentle lift, the soft feeling in the stomach. They were in the sky, climbing, turning, toward the sun. Clouds floated like quiet islands, white, calm, patient. The city below became a map, a drawing, a memory. Anna rested her head against the window. Cool glass, soft light. Her hands relaxed at last, fingers open, palms warm. She closed her eyes and let the morning fall away. A flight attendant passed with a smile. "Would you like some water?" "Yes, please." Anna took a slow sip. Cold water. Stillness. Peace. Time returned to normal. Minutes felt like minutes again. She opened her notebook. On the first page, she wrote, 3 alarms, coffee ready, leave early. She drew a small airplane and a small clock. She laughed at her drawing, a little messy, a little sweet. She looked around. People were reading, sleeping, listening to music. The child across the aisle was playing with a small toy. The parent closed their eyes, finally resting. The woman in the blue scarf sat 2 rows ahead. She turned for a second, caught Anna's eye, and gave a tiny thumbs up. Anna returned the gesture and felt grateful. Strangers can be a kind of family. For a few minutes, in a long corridor, the plane leveled off. Clouds below now looked like a calm sea. Anna took another breath. Slow, deep, steady. She thought about arrival, the airport on the other side, the person waiting, the meeting tomorrow. She felt ready now. Not perfect, but ready. She looked out again and whispered, "Sometimes the hardest part is just getting to the gate." And she smiled, with real relief. This time, not rushed, not forced, just a quiet smile, in a quiet seat, high above the world. Now it's your turn. Listen and repeat with me. She woke up late. Her flight was at 10. She ran down the stairs. She called a taxi. The traffic was terrible. She reached security. The gate was closing. She showed her passport. She entered the plane. She smiled with relief. Repeat again with me. She packed the night before. She almost forgot the receipt. She followed the K-signs. She heard the final call. She walked down the jet bridge. She found seat 14A. She buckled her seatbelt. She looked out the window. She promised 3 alarms. She breathed slowly and relaxed. Let's practice some words from today's story and use them in short examples. Boarding means embarque. Repeat. Boarding. Example. Boarding started early. She hurried to the gate. Gate means portón de embarque. Repeat. Gate. Example. The gate number was K22. She followed the signs. Final call means última chamada. Repeat. Final call. Example. They heard the final call and began to run. Carry on means bagagem de mão. Repeat. Carry on. Example. She had only a carry-on, so check-in was fast. Metal detector means detector de métal. Repeat. Metal detector. Example. The metal detector beeped. She took off the clip. Jet bridge means ponte de embarque. Repeat. Jet bridge. Example. She walked down the jet bridge and felt the plane shake. Relief means alivio. Repeat. Relief. Example. She sat in her seat and felt relief at last. Let's review the story. She slept through her alarm. She rushed to the airport. She faced long lines and a small delay at security. She reached the gate at the last moment. She boarded, sat by the window, and finally relaxed. She promised herself 3 alarms next time. Great job! Today you practice listening, shadowing, and useful travel vocabulary with me, Jeff. Remember, practice a little every day, and your English will improve faster. If you liked this episode, give it a like, leave a comment, and subscribe for more slow English stories. Tell me in the comments, have you ever almost missed a flight, or a train, or a bus? Write your story in English. I'm reading. In the next episode, I will share the story of a strange hotel room, a door that clicks at night, a hidden note, and a mystery that grows with every minute. See you soon.